I'm Soledad O'Brien. Welcome to Matter of Fact. 3 years ago, on the 17th of July in 2014, Eric Garner died after he was restrained by New York City police officers on Staten Island. Suspected of selling loosies, or single cigarettes, Garner was arrested by police and placed in a banned chokehold. Garner protested over and over that he couldn't breathe. Within an hour, the 43-year-old was dead. Garner's death was one in a series of incidents that focused national attention on police violence against Black Americans. A new book called Chokehold claims the widespread idea that Black men are more prone to violence is one the justice system has perpetrated for decades. Paul Butler is a former federal prosecutor and the author of the new book called Chokehold, also a professor of law at Georgetown University. Thank you for being with us.
It's great to be here.
Your book is amazing and also kind of overwhelmingly tough to read as well. Why did you call it Chokehold?
The chokehold is a two-step process. It's about how Black men are perceived. We often are viewed as thugs. There's a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear around us. So step one, the construction of the thug. Step two is all this law and social practices to deal with us, to try to process us. And it's everything from folks not wanting to sit next to Black men on the subway to police being more likely to shoot us. So a chokehold literally is what police do when they want you to comply. But you can't comply because of the vice grip that's on you. So the chokehold of the book is a metaphor for the chokehold that police officers put on people. In the Eric Garner case, covered it, one of the things that's, I think, for everyone most disturbing about that case was you saw a human being killed on television, right? I mean, you saw the entire process. Police in America kill about 1,000 people a year. In 10 years, there were fewer than 50 prosecutions of those officers, and only about 11 were convicted. So why is that? In chokehold, I suggest the system is actually working the way it's supposed to. The police have superpowers. So often when they kill African Americans, it's perfectly legal. What the court has done is empower the police, and by court I mean the Supreme Court, has empowered the police with the ability to make arrests for anything. I talk about a case the Supreme Court heard in Texas where they arrested a woman for driving without a seatbelt, locked her up and took her to jail. The crazy thing was, if you're guilty of that crime, you don't go to jail. It's a $50 fine. Supreme Court said, didn't matter, you can still be arrested, even if you can't be locked up if you're guilty. So for using deadly force, for racial profiling, for making arrests for any little old crime, the police especially use those powers against Black men. There's a philosophy that would say, listen, it's not that the entire system is corrupt, that you have some bad actors, bad apples in the barrel, if you will. I don't think police officers are any more racist or have any more baggage around race than law professors, than artists, than anybody else in our society. So again, the problem isn't with them. The problem is that the way that they enforce their laws is all about violence, unfortunately. It's all about using criminal law to treat issues that are much more about public health, about ways to keep families whole. So if we look at who's locked up, so that 80% of people who are in prison are either addicts or mentally ill. So how can we ask the police to deal with problems like that? Unfortunately, as a society, that's our investment. Our investment is in law enforcement rather than treatment, rather than public health, rather than great schools and job training. And if you're a society that has a lot of fear and anxiety around African American men, then your solution is going to be incarceration, locking them up, trying to control them. The book is called Chokehold. Paul Butler, thanks for joining me. Thank you for having me.